Prince Ikilowe, and you are welcome to La Prince Wealth Academy. In this lesson, we are going to be learning about market structure, how to understand market structure. Once you open your chart, how do you know if market is actually forming a structure? And it's very, very important and is a key skill to learn in trading. So let's look at this market. This is Euro, this is AUDCAD, and you can apply this skill to any other market you want to trade, even if you're trading volatility indices, you're trading the stock market, any other market you want to understand. It's very important that you understand market structure. First of all, I like to understand market structure with a higher time frame. So let's start by going to understand this market with a higher time frame. If you look at this market right now, this is how the market forms a structure. Um, this is we have watched the videos on higher on trend. This is you can see that the market has started forming an uptrend structure. So what you want to know is look at how it is formed. This is the first high. This is the second high. So you identify this high, right? This is the very first high. The market broke through this one, right? Retested here. You can see market broke through this one, this first high, retested here, then form another high again. So how do you now trade it? You want to be looking at when market come to retest these recent highs, all right? Now, if price come here to retest this recent high, you know that the price is actually going to the up direction until price came down here and then form another structure here again. Go ahead. Now, you are going to be looking at a buy whenever it comes back. If price comes back to this this place it has broken, it's also a valid buy. But in this scenario, price did not come back here. All right, instead price went up and formed another zone here. Then for you to understand if this market has actually gone to the right, the downside, you want to know if price will come back here and retest and break through this recent low. And look at what price did. Price actually broke through this one. Look at what price went up here, came back to retest here, and then as price got to this point, it came back to broke through this particular place that's tested. So this one, it has now showed you that the market has actually formed another new structure, which is the downtrend. So look at here, started from here, right? This is where the market started forming a structure, came back here. So if you are going to be trading this market, you are going to be getting interested in this market when it gets come back to retest on this zone, this place, the recent high, All right, this is then look at another one again. You come back here. This is another. All right, so if you are coming into the market, if you are just opening your chart, what you need to do is just to don't use any indicator. Let me remove all these things. Don't use any indicator, software, or whatever. Just know, is this market, is it forming a downtrend or is it an uptrend structure the market has formed? And like I've told you right now, it is very easy for you to understand the market structure. Look at this price. It started from here. This is an uptrend. Then it came back here to retest. When you see something like this, you want to take advantage of this opportunity and sell. Price came back to retest, and then all right, you want to be placing your sell opportunities whenever price comes down to this place. You can even draw your line to actually know when to enter this trade. Let me no, this is, you see, until price violates the recent high before you can now say, okay, maybe price has changed a direction. Like now, if you look at this chart right now, price has actually violated, it has to violate this high. So it came down to this place and started ranging, no direction. But now it is, it had behave as if it's violating this particular recent high, but it did not because it struggled and now it's pushing to the downside. So until price break through this recent high, before you know that price is actually changed direction. But as far as it's forming this structure, you want to take advantage of these sales because it is showing that it's actually a downtrend. Look at the first one, the second one. Now, if you see something like the 1, 2, this second one is a confirmation. Is to show you that look, this market is actually forming a downtrend and a structure, and you need to be taking advantage of this downtrend. You take, if you're selling from this place. Now, how do you know if price has changed direction? Like I said before, look at the recent high. If it breaks through this recent high, if nothing happens here, if price still coming, if you look at the smaller time frame, let's go back to the smaller time frame. Okay. Now, if you look at the smaller time frame, it shows that it behaves as if the market has formed a downtrend, but an uptrend rather. But as far as price has not violated this recent high, you understand? If price has not violated this recent high, it's not over here. It is still a downtrend. You can still be taking advantage of the sell because when you go back to the daily time frame, it clearly shows you that this market is indeed a downtrend because of the structure it has formed. So until it breaks through this downtrend, and even when it breaks through this downtrend, like you have been watching in the previous videos, you don't want to just take advantage of that buy. If price breaks through this downtrend, you want to wait again for price to do something like this, for you to maybe price will do something like this, all right, before you now think of going to the upside. But as far as price is still within this recent high, all right, you want to take advantage of, you know that this market is still for the sellers because this is just, if you go back to 1 hour time frame, it's the same thing. Let's go back to the 1 hour also and find a structure and trade with that structure. It doesn't matter the time frame you are using, but once you open your market, just find out, as this market is this market forming a downtrend or is it forming an uptrend? So let's start with this place right now and see it with an uptrend, right? This is where you want to look at this first high. This is the first high. First high. This is the second high. Now you have made a confirmation that this market is indeed has formed an uptrend. So what are you looking at? You are looking at price to come back to this place and do a retest. If you look at this particular market, price indeed came back. Look at, this is a long wick. This is a long wick. This would have been an entry point for you. All right, price broke through this zone. It formed another new high. Another new high here. Another new high here. See, this is clearly, even with the 1 hour time frame, it has showed you that the price has actually formed an uptrend. So you want to be taking advantage of this kind of market structure and be selling, maybe buying when price push it back to this zone. Like now, this one, it didn't come back, it came back to test this particular zone. So you are looking at always buying the retracement. You are looking at buying the price when it comes back for a test. You don't want to chase the market. You want to wait until price comes back. If in case you are not starting the market from the beginning as the market is forming a structure, if you're seeing this something like this going up straight, don't buy yet, right? You don't want to buy this buy. You have to wait for the market to do this. Like now, this would have been a good buy because it has come back, because this all here is for buyers until it violates, until it break through this zone where the last recent high. Everything up here is a buy because this is for buyers. So you are always looking out for price to come back here and do a retest. They give you some kind of candles informations you have learned from the academy, and then you go in for your buy. That is how you're going to be understanding the market structure. Let's look at maybe let's look at euro. Let's look at USD JPY and seeing how, okay, is you always go for a higher time frame. I don't want to understand the market structure with a lower time frame. Look at the higher time frame. Is this market consolidating? Is it forming a downtrend? Is it forming an uptrend? You look at this market right now, you know that if you just open your chart, it's a clean chart, you know that this market has actually indeed formed an up a downtrend. It's very clear. Let's start with the daily. Very clear that this is actually has formed a downtrend. Look at this. It started from here. Then see another one here. Now, if you are going to be trading this market, you want to wait for price to come back here to test. You can even draw a trend line at that time, at this level, you know, let price come back. Let price come back and show you the right entry point. This is a structure. It has formed a down structure, a downtrend structure. Right now, it has formed a downtrend rather. Now you want to be waiting for this market to come back here. Your trading opportunities are going to be here. This is where you want to be looking at for your buy, your sell rather. So price may come back here. If you look at the 4 hours time frame, it's going to be showing you the same structure, that the price has indeed formed a structure, a downtrend, that's formed a downtrend. Look at all these points. All right. It's very clear. You know that it is a downtrend. It is a downtrend. This is a clear downtrend. So what do? You look for opportunities for sales. Look for opportunities to sell. You don't need somebody to tell you. You don't need an indicator to tell you that this is indeed a downtrend. Right now, this sell right now is going to be, this sell is a good one, but you need to allow this candlestick to finish forming, because the buyers struggle, the buyers are struggling, but it's not giving any, the sellers are not giving a chance. The buyers struggle, the sellers are not giving a chance, and right now the market is actually, that's formed a downtrend. But if you want to enter this market right now, you need to allow this particular candlestick to finish before you come inside. Allow this candlestick to close. This is 4 hours candlestick, and always use higher time frame to understand the direction of the market. This 4 hours time frame has showed you, the daily showed you as well. All right, daily, look at the daily time frame. The daily showed you that it is indeed a downtrend. Look at, then you go back to the 4 hours. The 4 hours also shows you that this is indeed a downtrend. Now, look at what is happening here. We cannot say this market has started as it stands now. You don't want to believe that the market is going to go up yet. When are you going to start buying? Oh, this trend line. Okay. Uh-huh. Now, until price violates, until it breaks through this one, until for now, as far as price is here, anything happening here is still for the sellers. You are not doing anything. It seems the market wants to range, but for now, you are not doing anything because it is still a downtrend. Until price violate this recent high, breaks through this recent high, will maybe perhaps come up and then come back, do a kind of candles information. That is the time you know that okay, this market has indeed changed direction. But for now, once you see something like this clearly, you have to put at the back of your mind that this is indeed a downtrend. And what do you do in a downtrend? You sell, but you don't want to be selling down here. You always want to wait for the price to come back here, call it retracement or pullback, and then you sell the pullback. If in case you miss this pullback, you don't rush and join this one. You don't rush and join this one. You want to come back here and sell this one. If you miss this one, you don't want to sell here. You want to allow it to come back a bit like now. It has come back to test this zone. This is where you make your sales. This is another point of selling. But it appears that the trend of the market, like what you have learned in the other videos about trend momentum, it appears that the health of the trend is dying and the momentum is also dying. So even when you are selling, be careful with what you are selling, because if the candlesticks are no longer as fast, as strong as they were when they were coming back from the top down, the top, it's an indication that the price is actually going to, the market is actually going to have a break. Maybe you have to allow this market to either break through this zone. This appears to be a zone. Break through this zone, do some kind of retest to this zone. Yeah, price may do this. Price may do this. Break through this place. Come back to struggle, and then maybe for it will still continue a downtrend. But for now, I think the best thing to do for this market is to hold on, is to know what is going to happen within this place. But this place seems to be a zone. If you go back and in the history of the market, let's go back and see the history of the market. Let's go back and see the history of the market. Okay, let me use a higher time frame. Okay, if you go back to the history of the market, this is a zone. Look at what price did. This is a zone. This is actually a zone. The other time price came back here, and then from there it returned. Price, the other time price came back here, and then it returned. Remember this zone, these are all supply and demand zone because of the massive movement. Look at the other time price breakthrough here, but it came back for a retest before going down. So as price is here now, based on your past, based on what price has done in the past, you want to pause your trading because anything can happen. Anything can happen in as much as it looks as if it's a downtrend. All right, you look very well. This downtrend right now is coming to die. It could also, this is where you can also use your Fibonacci retracement if you have been following this market. And just plug your Fibonacci retracement and see. Let me plug this Fibonacci. If I drag it from here, okay, this is which according to Fibonacci retracement point, this is 38 38.2 Fibonacci level is also a valid point. It can also turn from here because this is still for buyers. It looks as if it's still for buyers based on what we are seeing from the top down to this up. So for this buy, for this sell, we are going to be matching break for now until price maybe break through this zone and give us some kind of retest. But for now, I think the market is still going to be we are going to be watching it for now, because this is actually a structure. This is what a structure looks like. When price does this, it has actually formed a downtrend. So you are taking advantage of the 4 hours time frame. It happens with every time frame. Any time frame you want to use and see this market, look at the structure, how it is formed. Is it a downtrend or is it an uptrend? But usually structure is like this. When market do this, you know that actually forms um, a downtrend, or if it's an uptrend, the same thing that actually formed an uptrend. But don't use 1 hour, 30 minutes to determine. You can use 1 hour to, if you're a scalper, perhaps you're a scalper, you can use it 30 minutes, go to 30 minutes too, it will show you the same thing. It doesn't matter the time frame you're using, but most of the time I recommend students to use higher time frame to see the direction of the market, because the smaller time frames usually make a lot of noise in the market. Look at the 30 minutes right now, it's making plenty noise. But higher time frames shows you exactly what is happening in the market. So I hope you understand what is market structure. It's basically when price is doing all this, you know, higher highs and higher lows, that shows you that they'll actually form an uptrend or a downtrend. Like this is what I'm talking about once again for an uptrend. This is a structure you're seeing, right? This is another one here. Now you are going to be looking for buys when price push back to this level. Like this, now it was a valid buy. Price broke through this first uh, zone, it came back to retest, then moved back, it has broken through this zone too. So you are looking at their buy opportunities when price come back to retest all these zones. These are all zones. This is a clear uptrend. You can also use your trend line to measure this. You can say that is indeed an uptrend. Look at, even with the trend line, if you look at this chart, the trend line has been respecting. This is your buying opportunity. This is their buying opportunity. This is their buying opportunity. And this place is still under for buyers. Based on what we are seeing like right now, it's still for buyers. It's still for buyers, because even according to the Fibonacci retracement level, is 38.2 Fibonacci level. So this place can still be a valid buy. Can still be a valid buy. But let's see. This is daily time frame. At the end of today, you are going to know if it gives you some kind of candlestick formation, bullish, engulfing, you know, doji, those candlestick you already know, hammer. You see a good candlestick formation on this zone. I think I would rather go for a buy, or I'll wait for price to maybe do this again. If it breaks through to come back, then that is when I'll continue my sell. But for now, they are still under buyers. But based on 4 hours, 4 hours shows us that it is actually a downtrend. That's why I said higher time frame overall. Higher time frame shows you more about the market. When you're using the higher time frame shows you if price is, what the higher time frame tells you is more valid than what the lower time frame tells you. Higher time frame may be telling you downtrend, but in the lower time frame may be telling you a downtrend, but when you go back to the higher time frame, it looks as if a downtrend is just doing pullback, an uptrend doing pullback. But look at this market. If you look at it very well, it looks like it's an uptrend doing pullback. If you look at it, it's an uptrend, but this is what I call by structure. You understanding this structure? This looks like an uptrend doing a pullback. But when you go back to the 4 hours, when you go back to the 4 hours, 4 hours shows you. Let me remove all these indicators. 4 hours will now begin to show you that, look, this market is a downtrend. So you are going to be entering this market. It would have been from this beginning, like from here. Then you make profit now that price is about to make a direction to the upside again. So I hope this video has helped you to understand the market structure. Don't understand it, watch it again. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.